While state mandates have forced watering hoses and sprinkling systems to be shut down, homeowners have been forced to be creative and finding ways of keeping their lawn green. The Georgia Environmental Protection Department issued this order last month demanding a cease of work. What happens when a school bus hits your parked car? As you can see, we had an incredible time tonight. The show was spectacular. A Metro Atlanta teen was left naked running away from this bus stop after being attacked by 8 other teens. President Bush also announced other measures to be taken to minimize congestion. 2 trials and 4 days of deliberations. This evening, a jury says Rodney Battles is guilty of murder. I'm right across the street from United Methodist Children's Home in Decatur, where a fire was started early this morning. 9 children and 2 adults were inside when the fire started, but made it out safely.
I knew something was wrong.
You could feel the smoldering heat a block away. The mighty bright orange flames devoured this 100-year-old structure in less than 2 hours. DeKalb firefighters were called just after 10 p.m. and were on the scene in minutes. They were able to overpower the combative blaze, preventing it from spreading to other dormitories.
I just lived a couple houses away, and I could tell something was wrong. It started coming this way. I could feel it before I even saw it, so I called 911.
Program Director Jeffrey Amos says he believes the fire was started by one boy who was angry at another child. This 144-acre campus, built in 1873 as an orphanage, was created by the United Methodist Church and currently houses about 60 children. The boys have been moved to another cottage on campus, and firefighters are still putting out hot spots. In Decatur, Latasha Gibbons, Channel 2 Action News this morning. Some good news for travelers, and just in time for the holiday season. Your wait time at the airport is about to be reduced thanks to Express Skylanes. It's that time again. Airports are beginning to fill with travelers making their yearly commute to visit family. And for the frequent flyer, waiting is simply part of the package. We're all familiar with express lanes on the highway that get you through traffic quickly. Thanks to the federal government, your air ride can be just as swift. From January to October, 1/4 of all flights were delayed. Flights can be delayed for any reason, giving passengers turbulence before they even reach the gateway.
There was a suitcase on the plane and it was smoking, so they took everybody off the plane.
Allowing commercial flights access to unused military airspace from Florida to Maine will ease some congestion along the eastern seaboard for the 27 million people that will fly this holiday season.
These new routes will help relieve air congestion from Maine to Florida for nearly 5 full days surrounding the holiday.
This is a temporary fix to a larger problem, but most people say they're happy that some enjoy a smooth glide to their holiday destination. This is one of the few places in Georgia where water levels are not low. That's because the Army Corps of Engineers is still allowing the same amount of water to flow here. The drought that has affected lawns and landscaping is now drying up wallets.
The drought that's impacting the home market, not the weather drought, but the credit drought.
Georgia's economy is faced with 2 major problems: the water drought and the drought in the real estate industry. Subprime mortgage loans that gave non-traditional homeowners a chance at the American dream have now become their worst nightmare.
We've been in business for 8 years.
Since mortgage profits are at a record low, small businesses that depend on the sale of houses for their profits are forced to make some tough decisions.
One of the salespersons here, his wife worked for a mortgage company. She got laid off. Our business is down in here. And so he's, having a hard time.
We are just now beginning to see an increasing number of individuals who are laid off.
Water-dependent industries like
landscapers, the nurseries, the people, agriculture.
Businesses around Georgia lakes are not only seeing a loss in profits, but some have permanently closed their doors. The governors of Florida, Georgia, and Alabama are scheduled to meet in D.C. to determine more ways of keeping more water in Georgia. As far as the mortgage drought, insiders tell me profits should flow again in about 15 months. On the Chattahoochee River, Latasha Gibbons, Channel 2 Action News. The Secretary of State's office has rejected a call to investigate claims of election fraud in Riverdale. 2 losing city council members, they claim Bruce lied to voters when she ran as a woman. Bruce was first elected into office in 2003. Georgia's Inspector General's office said the case should be resolved in court. Tonight, a 15-year-old girl is dead, and police say her ex-boyfriend did it. Channel 2's an owner of a Hateville motel ignored orders from the city to bring his building up to code. Now, the motel is in jeopardy of being shut down, and tenants are in jeopardy of being put out. Channel 2 trials and 4 days of deliberations. This evening, a jury says Rodney Battles is guilty of murder. Battles was stunned by the verdict. Judge Michael Hancock immediately sentenced him to life in prison for the murder.